Hi, and welcome to Dogman TP Hunting. And if you're listening to this, you'll be listening to it on the Interdimensional Voyagers podcast. And I want to say thank you for joining us. And of course, if you like the show, please subscribe, like, share, all the other stuff that goes on. I'd like to part two. This is part two of Wade and from Montana. I think you remember, spoke to him before, and I'm going to bring him onto stage because he's got some other great stuff that he wants to share with us. Here we go. How you doing? You all right, Wade?
Hi, okay. Good to see
Okay.
you. Good to see
Good to
you,
see you
brother.
as well, my friend. Good to see you as well, my friend. You're looking well. Look
Oh,
like,
you too. Looking
you
good.
know.
I'm trying to find
Yeah.
my face.
Well,
My
that's what
camera keeps moving.
you know what? You do this much more. You're going to have to get a studio.
Okay. I know what that is.
Does as well.
Yeah. If I ever
Yeah.
learn how to work this alien technology, right? Wait now, hold on. My phone is acting weird. Hold on. I'm trying to
Okay.
get it to work. I'm just trying to get it to work right.
Okay. You're making me
Okay,
dizzy.
that's better. This is
I know.
better.
Okay. That's
Because
good.
I
I
was
can tell you.
chasing my camera. I was trying to chase my camera that way.
Okay. I thought I'd been drinking for a minute there.
I'm sorry. That's one thing I haven't drank for probably over 50 years. Phil, you and I know anything and is possible and also not possible. You have to equate that into everything when you
Oh yeah.
witness when you're witnessing anything of any nature. Just so you can kind of like come to some rationality of not letting yourself go nuts.
Yeah.
Because if you let everything that people say and do against you and say about you bother you and literally let it, it would drive you nuts. So don't let it. Don't worry about it because I saw Bigfoot and I know it happened. I know it was physical. I know it was real. I saw those aliens the second time in the Bigfoot and
Mm.
in the UFOs. Um, I know I did. I don't have to like keep proving myself over and over, defending myself.
No. No.
In my heart of hearts, I know.
Yeah. And nor should you. I don't. I've seen dogman entities. I've seen actual dogman entities, like werewolf entities. I've seen them.
That's
I've
where you're
videoed.
more of an expert than I.
No, I don't know why. I don't know why I kind of see that. Ah, on my channel, I'm going to drop soon. On my channel, I'm going to drop a video of um in this house I went to. It was haunted, and you can see I put up
Mhm.
a camera, and it was like one of these just like it's a motion sense camera, and it
Mhm.
caught 2 times. It caught this shadow, black shadow, walking past, and it was like on when you're on the front yard, your veranda. It was going
Oh,
across the
I'm
veranda.
going to tell you right now, brother. You be careful because those things are spirits. They can attach themselves to you. They can
Mm,
possess you. They can also do poltergeist. They don't challenge them. Don't mess with
yeah,
them too much because just have respect for them. Pray
mm,
for them to hopefully go into the light. Um, and go home. You know what I
mm,
mean?
yeah. Well, the Lord's Prayer always works for me every time. The Lord's Prayer, or the like we spoke of before, the word of Jesus Christ has a lot of power, and they run, brother. They turn,
Amen.
they run, and they're gone. As soon as you mention
'Cause
that guy's name, boom.
everything has to answer to Jesus. Everything.
Yeah, yeah. So here, listen. What's happening in Kentucky? You were going to tell me more about
Oh
Kentucky.
yeah. For real. They're in Kentucky. They're seeing wild. They're calling them wild men, wild people. Uh, that are hairy. So they're describing some as very tall, very big, but also some around 5'7", 5'8", around that size. Uh, and they're finding that they're eating flesh, meat, uh, and they've seen where they were feeding on a dead deer, witnessed a dead deer being eaten by them, and then also a lot of humans have gone missing in that area. It's a fact. Uh, and they're, it's it's those wild men or wild people or whatever they are, a different species of hominid of some kind, if they are different.
And
But
this is the
the
Ozarks. Ozarks.
it,
The
it's
Ozarks.
it's in, like David Crockett and Daniel Boone Mountains in that
Yeah,
area.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
uh, but they're in there.
It's
They're really there. And there's more than one of them. There's like a group of them. So there must be a breeding population, but it's a new species of something.
so it could be a new species of humanoid, hominid.
Unless they're people that just wanted to stay free and wild. Like natives. If you want to earn your real medicine man power, some of them, like the West Coastal tribes, in order for you to earn your medicine man power, you have to go up into the wilderness and live wild.
Hmm.
No modern nothing, just live wild. But but some of them come back and they can heal people. They know all the plants that work for this and that.
Yeah. Mountains have power, don't they?
Yeah, they
Mountains.
do. Oh yeah. Like we believe when we pick our sages and our all of our most powerful medicines, we get them from the mountains because they're stronger
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
they also work better. They're bigger too.
Yeah. No, it's funny, isn't it? Mountains kind of like, because you have it with the ancient Tibetans in the Himalayas, and they talk about the old race, don't they? There's like the old beings which live in the mountains, the wise ones, the old wise ones. They talk about
Well,
that, don't they?
they got their abominable snowman or whatever that creature's up
Oh
there.
no, yeah,
Urine,
crazy,
and
crazy,
they call it
crazy.
all kinds of different names.
Hmm. I wonder
But
what that is then. I wonder if it's because if it's been recent sightings in the Ozarks or in
to
those
me,
mountains.
it's gotta be one of the same creature that made it through the ice age, to now. Uh,
Yeah, must be.
be, one of them creatures. We don't know what all lived and made it through time. We don't. The world is
Mm.
still unexplored. Look at our ocean. How much of it we've checked out already? Hardly.
Ah, now that's a good direction to go in. I'm
And look
pleased you
at
went in the ocean. I'm pleased you went there.
you go up in the mountains and stuff. Any God given day you pick, there ain't hardly anybody out there. You'll find people here and there maybe, but you ain't gonna find very many people out there.
No, I'm pleased you mentioned about oceans though, because that was going to be the next question. Last time when we were chatting and having a laugh and chatting, and you mentioned that Roma was an archaeologist.
Yeah,
Okay. And, you're
she
an
is.
amateur archaeologist? Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
an
yeah.
amateur. I'm the amateur. She's a certified archaeologist. Went to
Yeah.
college, everything for it. Worked with
Mm.
Jack Horner. You know the guy that made Jurassic Park?
Yes.
That was
Did
her,
she?
that was who put her through college to become an archaeologist, and she worked on sites and went to meetings to put a museum here for the
No way.
Blackfeet to share with the world about our 9 different species of dinosaurs that we discovered here and so on.
Damn. Oh, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You shoot off, and I'll talk to her. Here, tell me something. You're talking about you seeing and Roma seeing monsters, like we have Loch Ness monster. You said that there's a lake, and you kind of like you teased it. You teased it that you saw a monster in a lake, or what you thought was a monster in a lake. Can
Not
you
a
explain more?
monster. Not a monster. I don't call it a monster. I call it a dinosaur creature because it was a giant frog. You know, like all the frogs that exist in right now that you know about Africa or anywhere else. All the
Frog.
frogs anywhere
Yeah,
that you know about, bullfrogs, whatever.
yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
thing was bigger than them. You see that
Okay.
white dog right there? It was about
Yeah.
4 times the size of that.
What was
It's
it?
in the place I was born in. Matt, shut up. A place I was born.
Uh-huh.
You can come here. You can come here. I'll show you where it's at, and I'll show you right where I saw the creature twice, 2 times. The
Right.
first time, the first time I was about 11 years old, and it spooked me. But I was with my brother Sean, who has since passed away,
I'm sorry.
and we were really close. Anyways, my brother seen it with me the first time, and it came out of the water about up to its chest, about this high.
Uh-huh. Up
But
to
we could
what?
still,
Up, up.
we could still see the rest of its whole body.
Okay, hang on, hang on. How old were you? How old were you and your brother then?
The first time I seen it, I was 11.
Right. Okay. And it came up to your chest then. Is that what you're saying?
No, the frog came out of the water. It never fully came out of the water like
Uh-huh.
other frogs do. It
Yeah.
just it stayed in the water, but it had
Mm.
web feet, and it had claws on the end of them. And also, what I noticed was this frog had 2 red eyes right in front, not like regular frogs on the side.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when it slithered, it had a forked tongue, and it also had like dinosaur platelets that were shaped like this, kind of like that. But
Okay.
they started small from right here, and they got bigger as they went back, and they went all the way back to its like tadpole tail. It had like a tadpole tail.
Mm-hmm.
It dropped you. Sorry.
Don't worry, don't worry. That's fine. That's fine. I'm
Okay,
still here.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
I'm still
It
here.
had
Yeah.
like a tadpole tail.
Yeah. Okay. I,
Okay, but
it,
when
yeah.
when we approached it, it it would submerge in the water, and because we went after it to get a better look, and it just swam back out in the abyss, right between the area where my father had built docks for to rent out to people that wanted to go fishing and go out on the lake. Well, he used to rent out boats there because
Uh-huh.
he owned that lake at one time.
Okay.
And,
Did you did
and we sold that lake to the Blackfeet tribe for parks and recreation.
mm-hmm. Y- y- Have you ever seen a dinosaur which looks like that? Have you ever
That
seen one
frog
in the
was
book?
well. Okay, that frog was the closest thing up on that point in time. until I was about 15. We moved away to Yakima, Washington for about 9 years from that area, and Browning, or the Blackfeet Reservation, and we lived up in Yakima for till I was about 15, and we came back. Well, when we were coming back to get settled back in and find a place to live, when we moved back home, because there was 11 of us, let's see, 11,
Yeah.
12, 13 of us, and
Okay.
we moved, camped out. Well, I walked down to that lake where I seen that creature get before and I was reminiscing, about my past and my memories of kind of kicking the can along.
Yeah.
And I walked to the docks where my dad had built them, and lo and behold, damn to hell if I didn't see that frog again out of the water in that same spot. And
Damn.
this time I was kind of like, oh fuck, I'm gonna try to catch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't have nothing, but I was looking around trying to find something to catch it with, and I thought, fuck it. Even if
Right.
it bites me, I'm gonna jump in the water and go after it. And so I did. I jumped off it. I took a running leap off the dock and jumped in the water and tried to jump behind it so I could head it off.
Did it make any noise? Did it make any
No, it
hissing
just
sound?
submerged. It just submerged like I told you, because it was only up to its chest in the water, and it just submerged and went around me and swam out into the abyss real fast.
Okay. And it was the same. It had a frog's face though. Did it a
Yeah,
frog's
it
face?
had a frog type face. So
Okay, but the eyes were red
yeah,
and
the eyes
straight
were red
ahead.
and I had a forked tongue.
Because straight ahead eyes usually belong to predators. When
That's
they
what,
got eyes,
I know. I'm a native. I know what a predator is.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
that's what I saw.
uh
And it's still in there. Okay, my brother-in-law Dale,
it's
he's an
still there.
outfitter. My brother-in-law Dale, he's an outfitter, right? He's also an amateur archaeologist. He also found the largest baby T-Rex in Montana, uh, fully intact baby T-Rex, except for
Right.
about that much of the tail is missing at the end.
Okay. Wow. Was that recent? Did he find that recently?
Yeah, recently it
Oh,
sold
okay.
for like 6 million or something like that.
Damn.
But anyway, we know stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, so, like finding stuff, and especially if it's how big would you say it was then? If it came up to your pelvis, it must be about what, 3 foot high?
I'd say it would have come to my waist. Yeah, about 3 foot.
About 3 foot. Okay.
And I'd say it was about good 3 4 feet and a half wide, 3.5 feet wide. I mean, I didn't get to measure it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just got a good look at it.
Mm,
I'm trying to go from memory too, but
yeah.
it's good size. So to me, all those lakes up there are glacier were left from the glaciers. They went in and dug and made, right,
Mm, yeah.
but there's also underground springs in there where the water's coming up.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah, I was going to ask that
And
because we have
we have we
mm,
the Army Corps of Engineers one time printed in Great Falls Tribune that they had discovered a underground cavern up in Glacier National Park. And then they fenced it off, and then they hushed it up. And to this day, I'm still looking for that area. But inside of it, they discovered unknown species of life
okay.
that's still alive, and it's huge.
Damn. Okay.
And then
Right.
on top of that, in our mountains, like we believe that Hitler didn't kill himself. We believe that he was here in our mountains hiding out.
What? Say that again.
In Glacier Park.
Hitler went.
Yeah,
Hitler
he
went
was up
to.
because it matches the Alps.
Okay, right. Where does? Wow,
And
never heard this one
honest to
before.
God, I believe that I seen him when I was a little boy up at Mini Glacier. And
Right.
he didn't have the mustache, but if you put the mustache on, you could tell it was him.
Okay. Okay. Right. Right. Bear with me here. Okay. Uh,
I
when
know
you
it
were up
sounds
the
crazy, and a lot of people
no,
will think
no,
I'm nuts, but
no,
I'm
no.
not.
I don't think you're nuts. Do you know why I don't think you're nuts? Because I don't believe Hitler did kill himself in a bunker. He wouldn't have done that. I don't think he would have done that. He's not the
Look
sort
at
of man that could have
all
done
of
that.
his cronies. They all went down to. They got away and moved down to South America. They were
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
SS.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there was that's why they done Operation High Jump. The
Yeah.
Americans did this Operation High Jump with Admiral T. Bird in charge, and they took
Motherfuckers were covering up
planes.
for him.
Yeah, planes, warships they took down there, and this was meant to have been only a scientific study
Oh, we're gonna
expedition.
get assassinated if this ever goes out.
I know. I know.
And the men in black one, everybody will be visiting us.
Do you know that? I know, I know.
We
I'm
just
gonna start
talked
getting
about some heavy
helicopters.
too.
Helicopters are gonna come over, brother. I'm blaming you though.
Hey,
So tell me,
y-
tell me about when you were a kid. You're on a glacier, okay? So when you were a kid, you knew Hitler. Yeah, not knew him, but you knew of Hitler, obviously. Is it like kind of one of those stories that is like local folklore about, or Hitler, you believe Hitler might have ended up in the Glacier Mountains? Is it like
not
a folklore,
well.
right?
I I believe he was here. I don't think he stayed very long, but he was here for a while. The other thing is we have I don't know, caverns that open and close in the mountains,
Yeah.
and we don't know what they're for. And we also know that there are underground tunnels running from throughout the mountains, all through from here to Canada.
Is there?
Fuck yeah, there is.
Right, okay. Right,
It,
because you know about the like the Mount Shasta, and they believe that there's like massive tunnels in Mount Shasta which lead over to things
and
like
the thing
oh,
about it is, we don't know if the Germans built them or the aliens are doing it.
okay. Is there is
And where are they going with their gravel and dirt and rock that they gotta take out, right?
yeah.
How they
uh,
depositing it? How they getting disposing of it without the
Yeah,
world
no, that's odd,
knowing?
isn't it? Isn't that odd? That is odd because it's thousands of tons. When they build these tunnels, thousands of tons of gravel, rock, everything, and it just boom. That sofa was huge.
Pardon?
That sofa was huge,
Oh
huge.
yeah.
It
The
can't be
wo-
bigger than that sofa.
Oh yeah, it can be. And it
Really?
is. It is. It's faster and stronger than you know.
Damn. Yeah, fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Do you listen, Wade, do the rest of the tribe, are they aware? Are they aware that, is it just, it's not just you, is it? The rest of
My
the
whole
tribe.
my whole my whole tribe knows. Like I told you, we have ceremonies where we can call him in to doctor you and heal you. Have a Bigfoot ceremony to if you're dying of something and you want to be healed and doctored.
Right. Okay. And he comes in. He comes in
Yeah,
physical form. He'll come in.
he'll come in and doctor you, heal you.
Okay.
It's more like a spirit. The spirit of him comes in
Yeah. Yeah.
because
I got you.
because Bigfoot has that power, has
Uh-huh.
a has spiritual power. Um, we have ceremonies where we talk to the creator himself.
Okay. Right. And is it a one-sided thing, or do you get any do you get any feedback? I've got
If
to
we
ask
have
this.
questions, we need help with here on this side of the life, we ask them how we can deal with it, and they give us the answer.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
can't. They can't. They can't physically intervene. They only can
No.
give us advice.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
No. Well,
a long time ago, when natives first existed, the Creator gave us bundles, and we in those bundles we performed ceremonies like the Sundance. The
mhm.
Sundance was when we built the lodge, and in that lodge, those 12 poles on the outside are the 12 apostles, and that middle pole is like Jesus Christ or God Himself or the Holy Spirit. That middle pole. It's also the eagle's nest because an eagle makes its nest in a tree like that.
Well, like a V.
Yeah, Blackaby.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know, I was in a part of this country is called Devon and Cornwall. I don't know if you heard of it, but it's like
Mhm,
the furthest one of the furthest places west in England. Yeah.
mhm,
Um and then you've got the Atlantic, and the next stop, you'll have the east border of the United States. So I was there, and in the trees we get like these huge big nests in the trees, like but really big, and they're kind of like in a almost like in like a wok, like a cooking wok.
yeah, like a U shape,
Yeah,
sort
like
of.
that. A
Yeah,
big wok, yeah, like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But they're really huge. I'd say they're probably at least, I saw them being about 3, 4 foot wide. And I've also seen these same type of nests near cemeteries, or right close to cemeteries. There's one which I'll post a video soon, where I was in a cemetery, very special place,
Mhm,
very old, yeah. And the exorcism was carried out in the church. It's a special church, and there's only about one of the only times when exorcism to drive out the devil was carried out in a church. And there was a nest, and I think that was a dog man nest. I'm
You
sure
know
it
what?
was.
You know what you need to do now?
What's that?
You need to get some tobacco,
Right?
put it on the ground in a clean place just by itself, and say a prayer over that place, and then you'll have completed the whole ritual that needed to be performed to make everything obey.
Okay, so
You
get
need to leave some tobacco
leaves and tobacco.
in
I've seen
honor and respect.
Yeah, I've seen other people do the same. When they leave gifting for Sasquatch.
But, but this time you leave tobacco. Always leave tobacco. Tobacco is the most powerful gift you can give them. The spirits, the creator, Bigfoot, everything.
Right.
They know that too. They know it. We leave them
Okay.
whole bags of tobacco, just tobacco, bags of
Mm.
it. Or we'll open the bag up and take the trash out and just leave the tobacco on a flat rock for them.
Does it go? Does the tobacco go?
We don't care if it blows away or what it does. The spirits are taking it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
It was
no,
meant
I think
ever how it goes. Even if something does appear or manifest before you while you do that,
mm,
you'll get to see it happen before your eyes if that's what you're looking for.
okay, yeah.
But you got to have faith in your heart
Oh,
that,
yeah, no, definitely. That's the
and
whole point. You
then
have to have faith.
all of it will come together for you.
Yeah, no, no, no. You have to have faith. That's the whole
There,
point.
there was a
Mm,
time my people were totally pure. When I talk about pure, we never had sugar, we never had salt like we do today. Uh,
right.
and we never had alcohol, we never had drugs, and we only practiced holy ways and pure and clean ways. So we didn't practice no bad thoughts or stupidity as we call it, or immaturity. We didn't
Mm.
practice that. We didn't have time for all that. We
Yeah,
had
didn't yeah, but did your tribe years ago, did your tribe ever, to get to the higher levels, the higher energies, the frequencies, didn't they take like uh, mushrooms
no,
or
nope,
ayahuasca?
nothing, no
Ayahuasca?
halluc, nothing,
Nothing, no?
nothing. We don't have
Okay.
no hallucinogens. One thing we don't do is hallucinogens. We don't have. We don't practice peyote. We don't practice ayahuasca. We don't practice none of them things. We have clean mind, a pure mind, um, a good mind,
Yeah, yeah,
a holy and spiritual mind, and
yeah, sure.
that's what we meditate on because that's what we are. We're s- we come from the stars.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? When you, like, kind of, you kind of I touch upon your culture every now and then in documentaries, and it's very often mentioned that you're from the stars. You're very adamant that, in old, not writings, but in sometimes you get drawings, you have rock drawings and stuff where it's got, people, like stick people kind of, and looking up at the stars in some late.
When you look at and you see any picture graphs and you see that like a V shape.
Yeah.
Okay, the V shape that's straight across and then down and up. Okay, that's a
Mm.
man. The one that's reversed is the woman, like a dress.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
That's a Blackfeet sign. Sometimes
Okay.
you'll see a round head on top to symbolize a human,
Yeah.
and
No,
little round balls of for arms and
yeah.
legs or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
you'll see that sign. That's Blackfeet. And a lot of them are actually ancient because they're literally carved into the stone, not painted.
Okay.
Because they had a lot of time, to sit there and pound on that rock to chip away at it till it got the perfect shape they wanted.
6 hours later.
Exist. I personally don't think Loch Ness monster does exist. Personally, I think that,
I'm kind of getting to the point where I doubt that Loch Ness exists too. But we have
yeah,
other creatures that I think might be alive here. We have the Flathead Lake monster.
yeah. I've heard of that. I've heard of that.
And
Um,
then right here, about 4 miles away from me, there's been
yeah.
reports, not now, but in the past, of some sort of dinosaur creature, and they have found uh, bones of a plesiosaur type creature in Four-Horn Lake. It's called Four-Horn Lake
Four-Horn Lake. Okay.
on the Blackfeet Reservation, Montana.
Four Lake. Isn't that famous lake for in the 1920s there was two guys, two brothers that went hiking and they never found their bodies. They let their mother know. They said, "Look, we're going to go hiking." They went off for about a week or 2 weeks, and they were meant to
Were
meet
they
their.
prospecting?
Yeah, I've got a feeling they were heading towards Foghorn Lake. I was listening to a podcast about it. About the Glacier Mountains.
Oh,
You know,
there's bottomless pits that have
yeah,
never been measured or whatever.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
even when at the time, um, we didn't want um, the missiles on our reservation. We had them remove them because we wasn't a part of the war.
Missiles. Oh, you mean right, okay. Part of the
IBM,
Department of. Yes, okay. They put that on your land.
and we made them take them off.
Okay.
And guess what they did?
What?
They put them around us. They put them
Yeah, but
around
they.
us, and then
Right.
they took all the uranium that they had to dispose of, and they
Yeah,
dumped it in 5 underground caverns that are supposedly bottomless pits.
really. As you see, it's Mount Shasta's meant to be. It's got tunnels, lava tunnels in Mount Shasta, and they go on. They're huge, and they go on for miles. No one's been through. There's one in particular that's meant to be a tunnel which leads into a special cavern where it's got like meant to be lizard entities, alien lizard entities at the bottom of Mount Shasta.
Well, the only way to find out the truth on that one is go in there with the team and document it. And you
Yeah,
may not, and if you did come across them, you may not even come back.
no, no, I know. Well, if I ever come over, then that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go. We're gonna go Mount Shasta, man. Yeah, we're gonna go for a hike. That's what I'll have
Okay.
to do, I think.
Where's that damn volcano might go off too? I don't, just be our luck.
Do you know what? I was just thinking that. Yeah, the moment we step into one of the caves, the lava tubes, and we just hear rumbling, and and you'll look at
Well,
me, I'll look at you, and we'll go, "Oh, yeah, that's about right." Yeah,
Phil,
first
do
they
you
take our
realize
land.
I don't live very far from Yellowstone?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
super volcano.
that is a super. I know. I know. I've
Right
heard a lot of
now,
things.
right now, I know
Yeah.
for a fact it's risen over 11 inches, 12 inches.
Is it?
That's kind of, and then like with California having earthquakes,
Yeah. There's been wind.
all of that stuff coincides with each other because it's all Mother Earth's body.
Could you tell me? You mentioned last time a little bit about this lake you went to. Can you mention the story? There was two times you went there. Can you mention those the first story and then the second time?
And it's located on the north side of the Blackfeet Reservation, up towards Canada. Uh, in this lake, I did witness 2 times. First time, roughly when I was about 9, 10, uh, a giant frog with platelets on its back. But as they started, when you looked at the head, you could see them start. They were small, but they got bigger as they went back down the spine, and the platelets they were shaped sort of like this, like a dinosaur, but without my fingers as lines, but just solid. But only things spread apart like that.
Okay. So
And
what? At 10 years old, who were you there with?
my brother Sean, he passed away now, but
Oh,
he passed away in about 2006. But
okay.
he was one. person that witnessed it with me at one time. Okay, the next time we had just moved home from Yakima, Washington, and we had moved away for about 9 years from from that lake area.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
moved to Yakima, and I moved back home, and I was about 15 years old. And this time I tried to like go after it, but then I kind of thought better of it because it was pretty big when I dove in the water,
Mm.
and I saw it submerge and swim back out. Uh, but I saw it again. I seen it again. And when I described this frog, it had uh, red round eyes in front like a predator, not on the side like a regular frog. And
Okay.
when it slithered, it had a forked tongue. It had a forked tongue.
Right. Okay. Is there any animal that you can think of now that you could say that it looks similar to facially,
Nope,
what it looks like in its
nope,
face?
nothing. My wife is a certified archaeologist, graduated from Missoula, Montana, and she has nothing in the books that has ever recorded, such a creature. And okay, get this. I got a cousin that that changes my oil in my pickup,
Yeah.
and he swears he's seen something. Guess where? In the same spot where I used to see it. Where by the docks that I was telling you about, in between the docks my dad built,
Yeah.
it came out like boats would there was a unloading ramp for boats, and there was uh, a couple docks for boats, but that giant frog would come up out of the water about up to his chest, but never come out of the water any more, than that. It had 4 feet, had a tadpole tail, but it was mature. It never. Every time I've seen it, it, it still has that tadpole tail, like it helps it propel it swimming. Uh, it
Okay.
has web feet and claws. I don't know if it has teeth. I really don't.
Okay. But it did have a forked tongue that came out.
Yeah, that means
Is it?
it's a predator.
It means it's a predator, but it means it is very much a reptile.
Yeah, some kind that's never been recorded. And check this out. The guy I told you about that's a mechanic
Mm.
that's changing my oil
Yeah.
is also my cousin, and he seen it. While he was changing my oil, he brought it up, start telling me about seeing something out there. I've never told him about it, and it was the same thing I seen. And this was recently.
Oh,
This
recently.
was recently. And then my brother-in-law, remember I told you
Yeah.
he takes people out as a guide on his boat,
Yeah.
and they seen it.
Damn. Damn it. This is like kind of recent because we spoke about this last time we spoke.
And if I
Last time we
ever
talked.
filmed it, Phil,
Yeah.
it'll make us famous.
Damn. One thing I've got to ask you as well. Now, you probably won't be able to answer this, and I understand if you can't. I was listening, and I think I sent you the same thing to a Cree Indian that was talking about uh, an entity that he was not allowed to talk about. And it was really fascinating. And I just wanted to know, have you heard about this as well?
Oh yeah, we know about it. It's claimed that like if you're starving with your family and
Is it a skinwalker?
you call upon that creature, you'll turn evil and cannibal and won't have no remorse and just eat everybody in sight. Then turn
So
back
what
into. Turn back into your normal self.
So say that again. If you're, why will it appear? When will it appear?
If you're trapped, starving with your people, the
Yeah,
evil will will come around you. You know, when you're thinking cannibal, oh man, we're starving. I should eat that
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah, but for Native Americans, it's really taboo to eat another human being.
yeah.
Uh, my people will not. We'll starve to death before we eat another human. But it's really taboo to do that. That's why we have stories and legends like that, I believe. But they also claim you turn into like a werewolf creature and eat them, and when you're done, you turn back into human.
Why would you turn into a werewolf creature if, what, if you ate another person, you'd turn
So
into a
you don't
werewolf
have no
creature?
remorse when you do the killing. It ain't you, it's a demon or something. It's that
So,
evil creature. He's
so
living
the,
through you. He's living
so,
through you. You're
so
possessed.
in,
It's a
okay, so the,
possession.
right, got
Possession,
it. So, okay, so the one that shall be nameless is an entity that if
But
you're in times of need, it will
they've got
then.
documented cases where they locked up, a person that did that to his family, and
Mm,
there was evidence that he ate them, and so they locked him up, and he never turned back into one, but he died claiming that he was one. If he wanted to, he could call and turn himself into one, but they claim he could, but I don't know. They claim he could, but I don't know. Maybe he could. And it's claimed that Bigfoots kill grizzlies.
yeah,
They
tell
kill
me about
moose.
this.
They kill black bear. They kill all them animals and eat them for food.
Yeah, tell me about this. Tell me about the Bigfoot that you saw.
The Bigfoot I saw, um, basically, I got trapped between a deer and the Bigfoot because I'm sure he was stalking that deer that appeared in front of me. And where the deer come from, it just appeared as I was walking back to my camp from the
Yeah,
shower. Remember, I was telling you, they gave us time to take a shower and eat. So we
yeah.
ate supper first and went and took a shower. It was about 3 o'clock at night because we were on spike camp and they had just taken us off the mountains from fighting fire. And I was the EMT and a paramedic, and I was looking after my crew and fighting fire at the same time. But I was done showering and making sure all my crew was back, and I was heading back. That's when I run into the deer, and then the Bigfoot popped up next.
What did it look like?
Oh, the face was huge. Look at
Huge, is
my
it?
face, right?
Mm,
And then you just imagine the whole screen. The whole
shaking up.
screen is his face,
Mm.
and his eyes are bigger and farther apart. And it's got fangs. They have fangs.
Oh, do they? When they open them, because a lot of people say they got a human-shaped teeth.
They do. They have a human shape, but they have fangs too.
Oh, they got fangs.
But their teeth are sharp.
Okay. Oh, their
If you
teeth are
if
sharp
you
because.
were 11 or 12 foot, don't you think you would need some energy to kind of keep you going?
Well, yeah, of course, but people have said that their teeth have looked human-like. So like ours are flat here. They're not flat. They're sharp.
They're bullshitting you if they're telling you that.
You sure they're not flat? They're not like
Not flat.
okay. Okay,
The
right.
Bigfoot I saw when he was acting wild, I could tell he was a predator to the maxi pad. There was no doubt in it. He was out for blood.
You know his the size of a bare paw. How was that in relation to this Bigfoot? How big was the Bigfoot?
The Bigfoot I saw put a real grizzly bear, even a brown bear from Alaska, to shame. Even a polar bear to shame.
And polar
It,
bears are huge.
yeah, the Bigfoot I seen was bigger, and I'm talking about solid muscle, fast, agile. He wasn't clumsy. Don't think they're clumsy because they're not.
Mm.
They can jump, run, swim, do
Mm.
all kinds of stuff. Cloak. They
Did
got
they have?
they got powers that we just cannot comprehend.
Yeah, no, I know they have. Did it have claws? Did it have? No, did it have? Did you see? Did you
They have
notice?
fingernails that look like a claw to us.
Okay,
And
and
they're pretty,
it saw you, didn't it?
oh yeah. I seen it and it saw me. And I know that if I went back in that same area where I seen that 11, 12 footer, that
Yeah.
same one would come back to me. I know it would. And I wouldn't be afraid. Even if I was alone, I wouldn't run. I would stay there with and talk to it.